What's going on, faithful? What's going on, guys? And welcome to the Always Faithful 24/7 podcast. And we are live on all major platforms: YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All right. If you want to come to join the show, go ahead and come on and join the show. And you will call that number. And by video, just go in the comment section. They're already up. Just go to the comment section, hit the link, and come right in. All right. It's very easy to do. All right. So, basically, what's going on? What's going on? Jizzle, my boy, my brother.
And calm before the storm. Just waiting for this game tomorrow. I just can't wait to see how it all plays out.
And the other brothers, Mark. Hold on 1 second. Lawrence, Mark, and Troy couldn't make it tonight, so we're holding it down for us. That's what we're doing. So my brother Jizzle, you do your thing. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that. My bad.
No, I just want to see how it all plays, how everything plays out. They say styles make fights, and we've had the upper hand for the last couple matchups or whatever. We're trying to make it 7 in a row, and I feel like you don't even have to really look at it like that. We don't have to beat the Rams 7 times in a row tomorrow. We just got to beat them once, So I just want to see how it all plays out. It's gonna be good.
You got it, man. You got it, brother. Yeah, man. I tell you, a lot of stuff's going on. I'm gonna share the news to you guys. That way you got the news down. I'm sure everybody's heard the news already. So I'm gonna get them all down. Just give me a second, all right? Give me a second. There you go, guys. What do you think of that? Out, none. Doubtful, none. Questionable, that's what we're all worrying about right now. Is Trent Williams and Jeff Wilson Jr. All right. Well, what do you think about that, Jizzle? What's going on, man? What's going on in your head, man?
I mean, Trent Williams is still a big worry for me, so I can't really get excited until I see him cleared. So nothing really changes for me with that.
I got you, man. I got you, brother. I got you. Okay, see if I go the right way. Hope I do. Hope I go the right way, which I hope I do. And I don't think I'm going the right way. Whoops. My bad, guys. There you go. What about that? That was today's. Oh my God, that practice report's awesome, amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I pretty much expected all those guys to practice, though. So, with the exception of Trent Williams, who did practice. I expected pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Good, though. Good sign, though.
Yeah, man. The one that I'm sorry, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
We need Trent Williams, though. That's a big one. That's a really big one.
Yeah, I got you, man. The one that really worries about me right now, of course, everybody's wondering about it. Trent Williams, DMP, did not practice. That's what. And plus, he's questionable. That's the key to that. It did not practice all 3 days, but he's questionable. That's a weird thing, man. It's weird. That's weird. It really is. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Usually, it might be doubtful if you weren't already, but he did the same thing before the Cowboys game and didn't play. He was questionable the whole time, and then we were shocked when they said he wasn't going to play the day of. So I think they've just been managing him as best as they can, and then at the last minute, we'll find out that they're going to run this all the way down to game time.
Yeah, man. Like I said, when I first saw that, I'm like, okay, well, Nick Bosa, and we know he's not injured. He's not injured, so it's not related. So that's a good thing. Full practice. Jimmy G, all 3 full practice. Unbelievable. Alex Mack, not related, no injury related. So for full practice in the last 2 days. Mitchell, but that's the thing right there. Why did Mitchell did not practice on Wednesday in his knee, but it's not injury related? That's the key right there too. Another one.
That's what they're telling you. They're managing.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
They've been managing him the whole year pretty much. Just came back from the injury that he won't
Yeah.
practice the first couple of days. You know?
Now I know you gotta be. I know all faithful and you have to be really, really happy about the next one, Ambry Thomas.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you know
yeah,
that.
I know. I know you are, man.
He
No
is
doubt
gonna
about
be
that. I know.
fine.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
man. I know.
we had him last time we beat the Rams, and it just helps with this, you know, secondary that we have. P1 Williams is playing now. He didn't play the last time, so we might have a better secondary than the one that we were able to get the win against them last time. You know, because Ambry Thomas got the game clinching interception, but P1 Williams guards Cooper Cup really well. So
Yeah, I
we'll
got
see
you,
how it
man.
works.
Yeah, man. That's right, man. And the other one, Trent Williams, did not practice. That's what I was telling you about. Did not practice all 3 days, but it's questionable. That is weird. That is weird. So, like you said, it's true about what that about. So, um, Jeff Williams Jr. Did not practice, but let him practice questionable. So, what does that tell you about Jeff Wilson Jr. JWJ?
Um, I just hope he plays. That's all I can really say on that. I mean, can't really speculate too much.
I got you. I got you, man. I got you. So, for me, that's weird because I'm happy about, definitely happy about Emory Thomas. Hell yes, I am. I'm happy about that. I really am. But the Trent Williams thing and Jeff Wilson Jr., that's weird because they're both questionable. That's what's weird about me. So, but well, I guess we'll see what happens on the inactive report, and I'll get that. As soon as I get that, I'll get that. Believe me, Playful, I'll get to that. Believe me. Um, Now my next one is. There you go. They just poured that today. That was from Miyoko. Elevated from Pack Squad. Linebacker Mark Najacha. Say his name right. I don't know why I can't say his name right.
He's a special teamer. Yeah, he's one of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best.
yeah. And quarterback Nate Stuffield. That's what a lot of people. That I've seen a lot of comments about that. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
boy.
One
But
of my
give
boys
me
thinks that means that Jimmy Garoppolo's not starting, and I'm telling him no. It just means, hopefully, it means that we'll give Lance a package, and then we just need a depth. But no.
truffing people. Jimmy G's he's playing. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
he is. I'm sorry, he's
Yeah.
playing. So and active of IR, Trent Canyon came back, baby. But
We need him.
do you see him being active though? Do you see that
Yeah,
though?
I
Okay.
do.
Okay. So you
He's
see,
as a gunner, maybe not a kick returner, but as a gunner.
you see Elijah Mitchell,
Mm-hmm.
JWJ, Jeff Wilson Jr. I'll say that to you. What you guys know what I'm talking about? Jeff Wilson Jr. and Trent Canyon. That's the three you think we're going to use?
Yeah.
Possibly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the waived is River Craycraft. Waived.
Yeah.
Were you surprised about the waived River
No, we
Craycraft?
didn't even use him, so I was never surprised by that.
I got you. Yeah, because he was on the field last week against the Green Bay Packers when that pump block. He was one of the guys that actually ran with Funga to get in the end zone to tie the game up. So
Okay.
I was very surprised about that. I really was. I'm like, wow. And they just signed him too to come back. Actually, I think they signed him back and forth like 3 times already this year. So, but San Fran likely elevated Suffield to reward him for a game check. So that's true. That's true. True. So next one I got. That's the comment that about all those. But he was explaining the reason why Nate Suffield was you know going to be active from the press squad. I read all that about over an hour ago. And I was like, okay. I guess I'm gonna reward him. But do you actually see him staying with us after this year's over
Mm,
and be a backup
yeah,
to Lance?
yeah, I
Yeah.
do see that. I do.
Yep. I got you. I got you, man. And this was I wanted to keep this so bad, Jennifer Lee Chan, the crowd, that is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read that?
No.
No, give me. I did this way that way you can actually see it better. Here you go. I went into her post. Latest forecast from the vid seats, I guess we're gonna call it vid seats for fan attendance for the NFC Championship game. Wow, that's how much.
71% in our favor,
Uh huh. Yup. Yup.
huh? Love it.
That's so that thing was true too because Mark from Always 24/7, one of our brothers said that he's like, wow, he saw that too. It was 65% to 35% us. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, man. Jeez. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. So basically, it's all the news I have for that. So, let me see here. Let me stop this real quick. And, yeah, man. Like I said about Nate Stuffield, who the hell knows? I mean, he might just get put on the inactive report tomorrow. But now, since we're talking about the news, I'm going to bring this up right now before I get into the pressers because that was all the news. I told you it's gonna be probably a short one, Fable. I'm sorry, but who do you think is going to be on the inactive report of all the healthy guys tomorrow?
I'd say Dante Johnson. Because now that we got Ambry Thompson coming back, he might be the odd man out in the secondaries. Potentially, Norman plays on the special teams as well, so he'll probably be safe. But that's be who I pick if I had to pick.
All the guys, I usually do about 6 or 7. You think? Yeah, to me, you think it happens again with Hurst for 5 times in a row?
Or Trey Sermon.
Chaser, I don't see Trey Sermon being active.
You don't
I
see him
don't see
being
it.
inactive?
No, he wasn't active last week. He was the first one on the active report. That's what I
So,
said. I
so
think he
you
might be
do
the first.
you do see him inactive or don't?
No, I do see him inactive.
Oh,
Inactive,
okay,
I
that's
do
why I
see
took him off
because
my okay.
he was the first one on there. You called it too last week. You called it. He was the first one. He was. So I see him be the first one again, and you got me on this one. I think Hurst to be definitely another one because they have enough bodies so far. They won't use Hurst. I'll be surprised if they use him again because they haven't used. Dude, this will be the 5th week in a row they use them. So, Nijalsha, even though they're bringing him up, I don't think they're going to use him either. I don't think they'll use him. And I'll be surprised if Trent Canyon's not going to be. Will be on there. I won't be surprised if he's not
He'll
on
be
there.
active.
So
He'll be
he'll
active
be active. You think Trent Canyon will be active?
because they need him on special teams. And he got worse special teams doing. He was one of our bright spots. He'll at least
Cool,
play
cool,
gunner. And
cool.
if he doesn't do the kick return, Lou will take over that. And
Good.
I don't know. I like them both more than Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes always runs like he's going to fumble the ball. That's good.
I really hope because I think you said last week, and I think the rest of you said that Hufunga might be on it. I think you guys said that Hufunga might be on it.
And then
I don't
I
think he
think
will.
the
I don't
fungus
think.
good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he. Yeah, I was about to say he's special teams, so I don't think he'll be on there anyway. He'll be
He
special
also plays
teams.
in our big nickel package that we have. We can run three safeties, Tim Hart and Ward. And then we
Yeah.
did that a couple times against Green Bay where we dropped the safety back to double team. So he plays in some of our packages too. He's definitely not going to be in that.
Well, yeah. Okay. Sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me. I mean, who knows what Kyle? I mean, we all know Kyle and the way he wants and everything, and we have so many players to shave down. So I guess we won't know until we see them at the report, and it'll probably come out. The game's at 6:30, 6:30 Eastern for us, and it's 3:30 for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we won't get it until probably maybe 5:30, close to 4:30, maybe around that time. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. So yeah, man. Who knows what's going to happen with the interactive report? So I got some videos here for you guys. Got some pressers, and yes, I did get flagged for playing the videos off of YouTube. So I'm not going to do that ever again because it messed everything up. So I apologize for that, guys, especially you, Jizzle. I knew you're on part of it with us. And just sorry about doing that, guys. Sorry. Didn't know that YouTube would be, you know, I don't want to say in curse words, but, I didn't know they'd be that hard on us by doing that. But I guess they're very strict for using their, content for shows. So I'm being smart. I'm going off of the 49ers website because I paid for it. So they can't flag me for me buying it. So here we go. I'm gonna set it all up, and I think the first one is gonna be George Kittle. I looked at it already. So hold on, guys. Can you hear that, Joe? Can you hear that, Jizzle?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What now? Okay.
Nah, it's on Paul. It's on mute. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
My bad,
I
guys.
thought
It's on mute. It's on mute. It's on mute. I got it.
George
There you
here.
go. Howdy. There you go.
Is our next one up?
there you go.
We're ready. We'll start with Brand.
Oh, a lot of hands. Hey, everybody.
Hey, George.
Howdy.
Raheem Morris said you got him. He said today that you got him. I guess on January 9th, and now it's time for you guys to get put in the body bag. I'm paraphrasing, but anyway, is this another body bag game?
It's an NFC Championship. So, I mean, winner go home. Both teams 2-0 going to this game, or basically 0-0. It's a new week. That's all we're focused on. Rams are a fantastic football team who have found ways to win the last 2 weeks and completely routed Arizona, a team that we didn't beat. And then they went down to Tampa and beat Tom Brady and the Bucs. So, they're as dangerous as ever with stars all over the field. And that's all we're focused on is the opportunity to play football against the Rams, a division rival.
So, George, I take it you don't want to give them bulletin board material.
I mean, in context, the body bag game in week 18 was more referencing us because if we lost,
Right.
our season would be over. And if you have to find inspiration to play, it is what it is.
George, today Kyle said that Trent Williams in motion behind the line is very scary and he can't believe that it's legal. What are your thoughts on Trent Williams in motion and what you've seen him do when he's back there?
Well, I mean, I hear the footsteps, and I could hear the footsteps in Lambeau. Tom Compton jumps the snap, just hits it just perfect. So I'm slow off the ball because of it. And next thing I know, I'm getting knifed from the front side, and then Trent Williams is blowing through that D gap. And next thing I know, I'm on the ground with 600 pounds on top of me. So yes, it's a little frightening, but it is what it is, and it was a first down, so I'm going to accept it. And I mean, let's just hand him off the ball one of these times, I guess, because I don't know if anyone's going to try to tackle him. It's a fun play though.
George, a couple of weeks ago we talked about just for you.
I can't help myself. I'm so sorry.
A couple of weeks ago you talked about how the path to the Super Bowl was going to be so much different this time because of currently you're not the number one seed, don't have all the home games, all that stuff. When you a few years ago at that Super Bowl were on the field talking about being back there, kind of speaking it into existence, how much has it been for you personally a point that you've thought about over the last couple of years, and how does it kind of manifest in your daily life?
Oh, I mean, it's not something I think about every waking second. When I'm at football or playoff games, it's definitely a great reminder. Because I said those words because I believe in the fact, I believe in myself, and I believe in this football team that we have an opportunity to get back to the Super Bowl. I believe in our coaching staff. It's a fantastic team, great organization, great owner, and I just believe in us and our ability to win games and win tough games, win gritty games, to win blowout games, to bounce back from injury, bounce back from losses, fight through adversity. And that's what this team, what this organization has done But I said those words because I actually believe those words, and we're on the doorstep, and this whole season actually means nothing unless we get this win. That's all we're focused on is getting this win and giving ourselves an opportunity to go back down to LA again and play in another game.
George, yesterday Kyle talked.
Whoa, you're yellow.
Hey. Oh, you see me there?
Nope.
No,
that's all right.
All right, you can hear me anyway.
I can.
Kyle talked pretty passionately about what that month in Arizona was like last year, that it was frustrating, that it wasn't a happy time, but it maybe helped bond some things. I know you were hurt going into it, and then you were active for the last two. What was that month like, and what do you think the team gained from it?
I don't know. Well, that month kind of did, and I mean, I didn't see Kyle's quote. I don't know what he said about it, but I do know, for me, when you're losing and COVID restrictions are incredibly high, and you have to watch all your meetings from your hotel room on Zoom, you can't interact with your teammates. It's very difficult because football is a team sport. You have to communicate. You have to be friends with your teammates. You have to want to play for each other. And it just kind of took the team camaraderie part, just kind of ripped it away from us. And that was something that me being just myself, who's a very big people person, that was very tough for me. You just couldn't interact with everybody the way you wanted to. Tables were like 15 feet apart. You could hardly have a conversation with people. And again, when we're doing meetings, and I love my tight end room. Coach Embry's fantastic. I got Ross Willie, Charlie Warner, I had Jordan Reed last year. We had a Dan Helm. We had a great room, and we all had to be separated in our own meeting rooms on Zoom, and there's just no interaction. So that was tough. But what I will say we learned from it is we did learn how to get things out of Zoom meetings, how to how to be focused, how to lock in, how to take advantage of that time where you could be doing rehab while you're doing meetings and stuff like that. And I think we've done a fantastic job as a team just moving forward. And with all the rules and all the regulations, I think we've adapted at a very, very high level, and that's why we are where we are today.
George, when you
Hi,
look
Tracy.
back at George,
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. When you look back at 2017, when Jimmy Garoppolo first got here and you were a rookie, can you remember kind of what you thought of him at the time and how you've seen him evolve as a leader?
Oh wow. One thing as a rookie, I didn't know anything about anything. That was my role. But I just thought it was really cool. A guy that has won, I think, 2 Super Bowls, been a part of 2 Super Bowl teams, and to bring that, to the Niners. And, I loved our quarterbacks, big fan of Brian Hoyer, love CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins. But just to have that experience, someone that has won, I know he didn't start those games, but he was still in the room and he had to learn all those things. He had to bring those attributes to the team. And then just seeing him find his footing as a starter and just start ripping it. And really he doesn't really think about it. No second guesses. He's just ripping it. He's throwing balls that, other quarterbacks might not throw. And he's making completions, and he was red hot, those 6 games, 5, whatever he played. But, it was an absolute blast. And I really think that if we would have been able to sneak into the playoffs, we could have, maybe won 1 or 2 and would have upset some people. And because I think we beat 2 playoff teams there at the end, didn't we? The Titans and the Jaguars. And that was an absolute blast. But it's been fun to see Jimmy evolve. But at the same time, his consistency and just his everyday, I'm going to show up, I'm going to work, and I'm going to be my best self. It's inspiring. He's done the same thing week in and week out. Even when he was injured, he was still a part of the team in 2018. And in 2019, you could just tell he just wants to win games, and that's what he does. He does everything he can to win football games. He shows up every day. He's consistent, but he does get better. And just seeing him throw those balls in those tight windows and stuff like that, it's very impressive and just makes me work a little bit harder. So yeah, he has evolved, but his consistency is always what's always impressed me.
Hey, George, how are you guys
Howdy.
feeling right now? Is it like a situation where you're kind of getting more revved up for the game as every day passes at practice, or does it just feel like a normal week of practice?
Oh, definitely not a normal week. NFC Championship's pretty cool. 1 of 4 teams remaining, while 28 other teams are at home, wishing or planning on how they can get here next year. And the fact that we're here and that we've earned the opportunity to play in this game, it's awesome. So definitely, I think guys are, I don't want to say more locked in, but there is a different type of focus. Guys want, everyone's dealing with a lot, whether it's injuries, things going on in their lives. Everything's just kind of amplified at this moment. But I think guys are doing a great job of just focusing on getting better every single day, locked into meetings, locked into getting better, just focus on the game plan. And I know our boys will be very ready to roll come Sunday.
You got time for 2 more?
Ooh, 2 more. Do I get a pick? Oh.
Hey, George, congrats on making it this far in the season. How you doing? I'm from the Boston Globe, so greetings from, we're about to get hit by 2 feet of snow.
It was like 70 degrees a day here.
Yeah, don't tell me that.
What's up, dude?
So anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
It's been a tough year for him. Trey Lance, it is what it is. How have you seen him handle everything?
He's been incredible. He's been nothing but inviting. I think him and Trey are really good friends. I think he's taught him a lot of things. I hope Trey has been like a sponge and absorbed all the information he could from Jimmy, strictly because, like I said earlier, I mean, Jimmy came from a room with Tom Brady, and I think he brought a lot of those attributes that Tom brought, from leadership to just his work ethic. And he's been fantastic every single day this year, as a leader, as a quarterback, as a captain on this team. He's, like I said, he shows up, he's consistent every single day. He leads this team. He doesn't worry about the outside world. All he does is worry about, his job is playing quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. And as I've said multiple times, when you're the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, you kind of have a spotlight on you just based on the players that have played the position before you. And there's a lot of people that always try to consistently bring you out of that spotlight. And all Jimmy has done is stand firm and continue to throw darts left and right to all of us. So I just appreciate that from him.
Last one, Branch. Go ahead.
He gets 2?
Did he go already?
Yeah, he went already.
We'll finish it up.
Wow. How much are you paying Petey? That's crazy.
Your true colors are showing, right?
Wisconsin kids.
About our relationship here. Hey, I wanted to ask you about this guy, Debo Samuel.
Sick. I like Debo.
His role obviously has gotten him. I mean, he's breaking records. He's gotten him even more notoriety. But I just wanted to ask you: is there an element of kind of a team first sacrifice that's involved here? Just of the physical punishment it takes. I mean, to run like he does between tackles often. Obviously, we saw him pretty banged up against the Packers. Or is that just like that's football? Or do you guys recognize like there was a sacrifice to what he's doing?
Yes and no. I mean, I think Debo understands, and I don't like speaking for people, but I think Debo understands the fact that we're at our best when the football's in his hands. Whether that's him getting tossed the ball, handed off the ball, getting thrown the ball. When he has the ball in his hands, it could be a touchdown on any single play. And I think he knows that. I don't know if it's really a sacrifice. I think he cherishes that. He cherishes the fact that his team trusts him, that his coaching staff trusts him, and the fact that he has 10 guys out there that will block for him every single time he touches the ball because they know it could be a touchdown. I think he just takes all the hits and just runs with them because it is what it is. It's football. If you're not playing it at a physical level, you're in the wrong profession, honestly.
All right. Thank you, guys. We got Coach McDaniel right here.
Thanks, guys.
Jordan?
Yo, what'd you think about that, man? Oof.
Biggest thing he said was, if we don't win, then the whole season away.
Yeah.
And that's how, as a player, you have to think that way. And I don't know how we as a faithful and we as a fans think. I'm probably not that extreme. I wouldn't say complete waste, but if we just go from, the show's name, 7-up. You get that 7th win against the Rams, we're in. If it stops at 6, we're down. So 6 down. And,
yeah, in case you're wondering, people, that's really the reason why we called it this. It was his idea, and I believe it too. It's unreal because we're 7-up right now, or 6 down. So, or if we win this one, we will hopefully get that 6, and that's what we pray for. Me, I had a feeling that they were going to ask him that question about what he said 2019 when we lost it. And he said, I will be back here. I will be back. And I heard that when I knew that was coming up, had a feeling it was. And he said he just believes in it, that we made it this far. There's no way. We have a good team. We have a great team, and I'm sure we can do it no matter what. So that's basically I'm stuck with that. So all right, and coach, I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it accurate that you were not on the punt return team on the first 4 punts? And if so, can you say why you were on the punt return team on the 5th punt that you blocked?
So the scenario was like, coach, I believe someone got hurt in the game. I don't really know for sure or not, but someone got hurt. So another defensive end was put in to, like take up the role. But when it came down to like that critical situation, Coach Hightower just thought because like in the past, I've done like been in a situation where I blocked a punt like when I was a rookie, and he knew I had the ability to do that. So he just felt more comfortable putting someone in there that had previously done it. And then we also had like I believe a couple weeks ago we had issues where we ran into the punter, so he probably was trying to prevent a situation like that happening in a critical time of the game.
So following up on that, Jordan, can you walk us through the play from your perspective, what you're trying to get done, and then the feeling when you see Talanoa standing in the end zone with the ball?
So basically on the sideline, I happened to be standing next to Hightower, and he came up to me and the other guy and was like, I'm thinking about calling this block. And he showed me the picture and all that kind of stuff, and he told me what he wanted me to do. And I said, I get it. And he basically just said to me, you're going to go out there and block it like you did in Cincinnati. And then I took the field, and honestly, I just was in my mind, I was just going to get off the ball and be physical. And before you know it, the snapper's in the backfield, and then I'm putting my hand up, it's blocked. And then I'm looking around. I didn't even know that I blocked it. I just heard a sound. And then I started looking up for the ball, and the next thing you know, Talanoa picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown.
D'Amico was just talking about how you missed time earlier this year and how you're really just hitting your stride now. How hard was it to get back into the swing of things and to get to this point now? And it's probably beneficial for you at this point in the season to be where you're at.
Yeah, it was like when I first got back, it did take me some time to kind of like get my feet back underneath me, because we, as a team, we were going through like a little bit of a slump. But I got to come back during the when we kind of started to revive some things, the Chicago game, and like on a personal level, yeah, it took me a couple games to kind of like get a feel for things, because all I had under my belt was like a couple preseason games. But once you get back into regular season, you get all the scheme and all the different schematic things that comes into play that you have to be able to learn how to execute and get in rhythm with like the guys that have been here. So it took me some time to get that under my belt and kind of like understand my role. And once I was able to get to that point, then like I started seeing my play elevate. And I've been getting better and better each week, and I've matured, quite a bit as a player.
Jordan, a couple of things real quick. One, you said you didn't realize you actually did block it with your left hand, and I'm just curious if you could elaborate on that. And then I guess do you understand like how big of a play that was? I mean, obviously you got the game ball in the locker room afterwards, but what a big play that was in terms of this season and probably Niner history.
Yeah, so like I honestly, when I had got through the line, I couldn't even like see the punter because the snapper was in between us. So my goal was honestly to just knock the snapper into the punter, and that's kind of like what Coach Hightower had explained, and the guys earlier on in the game did a good job of like, beating up, the guys up front a little bit on the punt return team. And so honestly, the credit goes to Hightower because he made the right call. But, once I knocked the guy back, and I just put my hand up and it just timed out perfectly. And I do understand like that this was a huge play. I just kind of like, I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to like be in there and, execute what was, the coaches asked of me. But, I didn't want to like, take a ton of credit for it because, Coach Hightower made the call, and then I just, was the lucky guy that was able to execute what I was asked to do.
Just expanding on that, what was the idea that Hightower was seeing you guys get some push on that long snapper, and he thought that you, with your explosion, could really exploit that? And I mean, is the long snapper? I don't know what his size is, but was that the idea that you guys could take advantage of a smaller guy snapping the ball there?
I mean, we had some just honestly, if you watch, watching film leading up to that game, we had some thoughts that we could probably get after, the guys up front. Like you can see it on film, and shout out again to Coach Hightower. He called the right play at the right time, and as I said earlier, he obviously wanted somebody who has done it before to go in and block it, because I believe the previous week, we had ran into the kicker on a situation where we called a punt block, and he didn't want that to happen in that situation. So he obviously probably felt just more comfortable because I had done it before, in the past.
Hey, Jordan, sorry, this is a dumb question. You mentioned you've done it in the past, but have you done it with the Niners? I mean, when was the last time you were on the punt return team before your block?
Yeah, so every now and then, Coach Hightower will, he'll have a couple situations to where he'll have a block in the game plan, and I or any of the other DNs that aren't in a major role will be put in that position. I think the last time I was in there before this game was against the Texans, and we had a block put up, and they did a quick snap on this one, and I actually got through the line. The quick snap just kind of caught us off guard, but it was effective because you make them speed up their process and all that kind of stuff.
Last one, Jim.
First of all, Cam wants to know how your ankle is doing. And then the second one is also that other play where Jimmy Ward got through the line. Talk us through that play as well.
So my ankle is doing good. I've been, it's been getting better and better. I believe by the end of the week, I'll be, as close to 100% as possible. Yes. And could you re-ask the question about Jimmy Ward again?
Just walk us through that play, what you saw there. And did the Green Bay Packers special teams, that watching the film, did that show you where they had areas where you could exploit it?
So honestly, on that play, I just, from week to week, I'll change up my technique on, how I do the field goal block. A couple weeks ago, or, when I had actually got back, Coach Hightower put me on the field goal block team. Then again, he always puts the reserve defensive ends in those roles. And I started off bull rushing the wing, and so then teams would start doing stuff to where they would kind of throw me down or make it hard for me to bull rush the wing. So Hightower taught me maybe I should start chopping the arm down. You'll see it across the league. Guys do it all the time. So the previous week I did a lot more bull rushing in the game, and then I just made the decision right there. It's I'll probably chop this time. You just get a feel for it. You get out there, and depending on how the guys are setting up, if they're tight, it's probably gonna be hard to chop an arm down. If they're kind of loose and lackadaisical, then I just at that moment I just kind of made the right decision, and Jimmy was able to get through, and then it was another big play for the team.
Okay, one more. Last one, Branch.
Hey, Jordan, you didn't talk right after the game, and a lot of guys in that position would be sprinting, into the interview room to talk to reporters about the heroics. Why didn't you talk right after the game?
I mean, for me, personally, I just didn't want to be taking all the praise, for a team effort. And, I mean, because everybody like this whole year has been such of ups and downs for the team, and so even though in that moment, like I was graced with the opportunity to like block the punt, that doesn't. I don't want that to go down as like that's the reason why we are sitting where we are. Like a lot of people have persevered to get here, and like all the work that the coaches have put in and night out, week in and week out, all the criticism Coach Shanahan has taken, all the criticism Jimmy Garoppolo's taken, all the criticism some of our top players on defense have taken, like, and they've all worked hard to get, dig us up out of this mess. Like, I just didn't want to be just, one play to kind of like be a defining moment for all the hard work that this whole organization has put in to be where we are, so to speak.
All right, thank you, Jordan.
Yep, thank you.
What do you say to that, boy?
I like how he said he didn't want to take rest from the team. The team effort. Big play though, really, really big play. Where it's interesting to hear him how he broke it down how we went into it. He might have not even been in on that play. He wasn't punt block call specifically instead of punt return. So it was interesting, but yeah, big time play.
Yeah, I like this kid. I like him a lot. He's
Yeah.
tall. He's physical. I like that. I do. Are you okay with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Videos are rough for me though.
Yeah, rough for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna do this. All right, stop the screen share. And if you want, I'll finish him up, and we just talk about the game. I'll finish him up. I will. That way you can leave. That way you can leave and do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
So, but I'll finish it up though. It's all good. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm not nervous. Not really nervous. I know we have a great team. I know for a fact that it's comes down to all three phases of the game, and just praying to God that we all played the game right. Hoping our defense plays our game right. I hope to God that our offense, especially Jimmy, plays right. And it's going to definitely come down to whoever controls the clock and sustains the drives, and that's basically how I feel about it so far. So, how you, man? How you feel?
It's definitely going to come down to, I feel it's going to be another game where we're going to have to like hold our breath and, pray that we stay faithful that we're going to come out on the end. I don't think it's going to be dominating. I would like that. I would like a dominating one. We can start planning for the Super Bowl and all that, but I really feel like they're going to give us their last best shot before they get knocked out. So it's definitely on the whole team to bring it home. But I really feel this is going to be one of Jimmy Garoppolo's defining games where um, he puts himself in a position to, you know, redeem himself in the eyes of 49er fans and in the eyes of, you know, the league, that he can redeem himself, get back probably to play the Chiefs again in another Super Bowl, and kind of establishes both teams as dynasties, going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you all the way. Is there anything else you want to say before if you want to get off? It's up to you, man. Whatever you want to do. I was gonna continue on the pressers. That's the reason why. I could tell it was boring you a little bit. I hate to bore you. I do. I hate to bore you, but I just want you to fall asleep.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
up to you.
that's pretty much. I don't really have much more to say. I'm good with it.
No problem. No problem. Got you. So you go ahead and do your thing the rest of the night, and I'll go ahead and finish this off, and I'll probably, hopefully, take another half hour. Hopefully.
All right, Ryan.
All right, man. You take it easy, all right, man. Love you, man. Later,
All
man.
right.
Later. Later, man.
Later.
All right, faithful. I'm back by myself. But it's all good. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this up and you know, and finish up the pressers. And then I'm done for the night. All right, that's my plan was the whole time. I was hoping to take about maybe an hour, but I know the pressure's taking a little longer than that. But it's all right. But just what has I know I can tell he's not a pressure kind of guy, but it's all good. I understand. But I only get a chance to watch them during the week. I never get a chance to watch them that much. So that's the reason why I just go on a show and just put them on a show. So basically that's how I feel, how I do it. So it's all good though. But if you have anybody out there who wants to join, go in the comments section. I'll show you the stuff. It's very easy. Go in the comments section. You'll find the links in there and come right on. Alright, you can join me. Go right ahead, man. Hey, no problem, people. No problem at all. So I'm going to continue on this and give you, let me see here. See, I got this right. Hope I got this right. I know I had it on right the first time. 1 second, people. Sorry. Mark it back where it was before. Alright. Alright. I think it's Mitchell next. I think it's Mitchell. So, 1 second. Alright. Alright. Yeah, it's Mitchell next. Alright. Alright. And see if I'm doing this right. Okay, go back. Alright. Here we go, people. And I got it all set up for you, okay? So, right there, 1 second.
One thing about Jimmy, learning from him, like just how he is in the huddle and everything. Like he just put everybody in really. Anytime anything goes wrong, he's always being a leader. He tells us to calm down. We got this, and he did a hell of a job this year, just calming us down and being a leader for us.
Hey Elijah, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. So what does it mean to be a rookie and get to be in this kind of position, the NFC Championship, in your first year in the NFL against a team like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and all those guys in the Rams?
Like I
Thank
said, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love helping out and just doing my job and everything. Just going out there with my teammates, and like I say, this is not the first time we played them. Aaron Donald, they all the same team, same players we played before. So it's not anything new.
And Elijah, you've taken a lot of punishment, a lot of physical punishment with as many carries as you've gotten. Well, what, coming in as a rookie, what's been the bigger test for you? Has it been the physicality of the game, or has it been the mental part of it? And how do you feel both physically and mentally heading into this game?
Really, if anything, it's the mental part. Like I say, we have to learn a lot. But physical wise, like I said, it's football. It's gonna be physical either way it go. But definitely the mental part that plays a big role. But body wise, like I say, I'm maintaining and just got to keep being on top of anything that's bothering me. Just got to stay on top of it.
Elijah, just curious about what your assessment of fullback Trent Williams was, and whether or not it was at all, I don't know, startling or jarring to see a guy that big moving at that speed, clearing a hole for you.
When we ran it in practice the first day, all I could do is laugh because, like I say, it's unlikely for somebody being as big as Trent going to motion like that and block. But in a game, man, he really knocked the dude down. So, but like I say, it was awesome to see though, for him to be able to do that.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan also said that it was really scary to watch him do that just because I guess his feeling for the defense. He's willing to do a lot of different roles on offense. So is Deebo Samuel. How does that make your offense so much more productive? Just the attitude that everybody has to be selfless.
Like I say, it's huge for everybody to be selfless just like that. Anything, like I say, anything Kyle asks of us, anybody, we're gonna do it because we trust him and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Elijah, you talked about just learning the mental part of the game, and so I'm curious. I see you out there at practice, kind of looking at the script before things get going. Are you envisioning in your head what you're supposed to be doing on these specific plays? And then is that something that you go back over again, like the night before the game or even pregame, like looking at notes?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, we have a lot of key coaching points, exactly, especially with our running back coach Bobby T. So yeah, when I be going over the script, just making sure I'm being detailed because I know it's gonna come up sooner or later, and that's what it takes to play winning football.
Elijah, Stacey Dales with NFL Network. How has Deebo impacted your running back room and you specifically in the backfield?
Yeah, just seeing Deebo run the ball, it's being a receiver, but being a running back too. Like I say, it's unbelievable. Just the way he runs, how physical he is, it makes you want to follow his lead. So he's been a big impact on our room and of actually our whole team really. And like I say, he's special.
Last one, Eric.
Hey, Elijah, what you mentioned Deebo as the running back. Have you ever? I mean, I realize your first year in the NFL, but as far as high school, college, did you ever play with a wide receiver who could play running back? At least running back, run between the tackles, running back.
No, I never have. So it's something very new to me.
Okay, last one, Jen. Oh, I guess we'll go back to Eric.
Being a rookie and being in this situation, it's a big step. Deebo was also a rookie when they went to the Super Bowl. Have you gotten any advice from him about how to deal with just such a big stage in your first year?
No, we haven't talked about anything like that yet. But like I say, yeah, it's the Super Bowl, but playing a football game, I go into every football game with the same mentality. So at the end of the day, yes, it's a Super Bowl, but it's also another football game for us. So you got to go out there and do what you do. Either way, go.
Hey, Tess, sorry, this is a little awkward, but I know my guy Connor has a question for Elijah about his hometown.
Hey, Elijah. What has the support from ERATH meant to you this season? I know they're got signs up for you throughout the town. Like, just knowing that, what's that meant to you?
Like I say, it's the reason why I do what I do. Just being from a small town and to have all that support is just it's amazing to me. Like I say, they just make me who I am really, and just by them putting signs and stuff up in their yards, I can't wait to go back home and just I can't wait to go back home and actually like just be a part of it and just see everybody.
All right, thank you, Elijah.
Thank you.
Going through the
They were not that kid special. He is special. Elijah Mitchell is special. And just imagine he was, I'm pretty sure, either a 5th or a 6th round pick. I can't remember which one it was, but he's special. And that kid can run. And I was telling my brothers on Holy Faithful 24/7, if he's just a little more faster to break off, he would be another Mustard, no matter what. So, basically, about Mitchell is that when I notice sometimes, and maybe one or two I've seen so far with bootlegs that Jimmy does, and he goes for a block, he misses the block or he messes up on the block. That's one thing I noticed. And he has to make them blocks, or at least try to block. You know, if he can make that block, it'd be a wonderful thing. Just hope he doesn't do a chop block or anything on a player, and then we'll be calling for a penalty for that. So, but he's a great player. Love Elijah Mitchell. I'm glad he got picked from us. he's been doing great, and that's basically what I got for him. I hope he has a big game tomorrow. Hope he really does. Hope he breaks off one too. Because think about it, it wasn't the game against the Packers. It was a game against the Cowboys, and I seen it too. When Elijah Mitchell ran through the line of defense and made it to secondary, he only had one guy to beat, and he just tripped him with his arm or whatever he did to him, and he tripped the last second. If he didn't trip that on that last second run, he probably would have been gone. It would have been taken to the house all the way, So because when I saw that play and he was running, I'm like, go, you got it. And all of a sudden he gets tripped. I'm like, oh no. So I put my hands on my face and I couldn't believe he was that close from breaking one. So close. So, yeah, but Elijah Mitchell, he's a special player, and, I just hope he has a great game tomorrow. And this guy, I love right here, man. Bosa is a talented big dude. He's a monster, So, and I mean, Bosa is somebody that is cool as hell because when it comes to pressers, you'll notice him. He's calm, but when he's on the field, he's a different athlete. He's a different person all the way. So, all right, we'll continue, and here we go.
Going through the numbers in terms of production for the defensive line and the pass rush, it seems like it took a pretty noticeable uptick around week 12. And D'Amico Ryans said that he thought you guys were doing your two-man games and your stunts more effectively. I'm assuming that has a lot to do with chemistry and the way you guys play together. What's the key to developing that chemistry in that defensive line group, in your opinion?
I think just playing together more and getting more reps, obviously, in practice and in games. But I think when the team's playing well as a whole, it kind of propels the D line and every position group to have more success.
Nick, after the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, you were pretty honest with us about just how disappointed you were and how it kind of stuck with you for a little while. How has that kind of manifested in terms of your day-to-day and motivation and things to get back there in the time since then?
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough to lose that, especially with the team we had, and now it's becoming extremely real that we could be there again. So, nothing really changes throughout the year in your preparation, but it just becomes more real the more wins you get.
And excuse me. And I had a question about the Packers' last offensive snap. It was 3rd and 11, and then Talanoa, who had played one defensive snap all game, was on the field. He was obviously close to the line of scrimmage, and then I don't know if he was able to deke Rodgers into thinking it was going to be one-on-one with Dante, with Devontae Adams or not. And anyway, obviously it worked. It ended up in double coverage. It seems like, I guess, lack of a better word, it's kind of a ballsy move by D'Amico to put him in that situation. I guess, what are your thoughts on that? And has D'Amico done stuff like that throughout the year that's paid off?
Yeah, I think he's had some pretty ballsy calls late in games. I think some of the calls there at the end, like the one Eric got a sack on, was extremely smart and well executed. And then that one, it worked out, but we didn't run it correctly because they quick counted us, and our blitzers were coming from 20 yards out. So that one we kind of got lucky with, but I'm sure the call would have worked if if we were more ready and our blitzers were more ready. But we got lucky, I think, because I think there was a wide open guy who Aaron didn't see.
Nick, Trent Williams was in motion as a fullback in the Packers game twice. Just from your perspective, playing defensive end, how scary would that be to have him coming at you full speed like that? And then also, I have a question about Jordan Willis after that one.
Okay. That would be pretty scary. No, I think, yeah, I mean, he's a beast, and you definitely want to find as many ways to gain an advantage as you can when you have a guy like that on your team.
Jordan Willis spoke to us today for the first time after his 2 huge game-changing plays, and he said that he didn't want to speak to us after the game because he wanted the credit to go to the team. Is he humble like that in general? Is that what you see from him as a person? And just speak to what you know about him. I know you've spoken a little bit about him, but that was kind of an eye-opening statement from him.
Yeah, I think he doesn't really have a selfish bone in his body. I don't think he, in a sport or in professional sports in general, a lot of guys want the credit for wins and big plays and stats and stuff. And he's truly somebody who just wants to play the game the right way and enjoy it with the rest of the D-line guys. So he's awesome to have on the team, and I'm just excited to continue to get to know him. I didn't get to spend any time with him last year because I was away, but it's been great to be his teammate this year.
Hi, Nick. I'm working on a story on Dante Johnson and how he's obviously overcome that personal tragedy in his life to come up clutch in a pinch. And he really thanked the entire locker room for being there for him as he's grieving every day. Can you speak to how you guys have helped him, and then obviously how he's, overcome what happened to his mother to deliver such good football here the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think he's playing the best ball he has. I can't say for his whole career, but since I've known him, I think he's playing the best ball. But yeah, it was the Bengals game, I'm pretty sure, when that happened, and couldn't have been a nicer human being for that to happen to. Dante was just positivity every single day, amazing leadership, and he's one of my favorite guys on the team, and to see that happen to him and see obviously how his mood switched, and just what he was going through for a while. I struggled with what to say to him because there's really no words to help him in that time, but I was just trying to be there for him, and now you could start to see his demeanor coming around and him starting to find more positivity in each day, and I'm just happy to see that.
About Charles and Jordan and Arden Key and Kevin Gibbons in that Bravo group, it seems like that group has gotten a little bit better, with each week from the midseason on, perhaps. And I'm just wondering if you've seen that as well, and how that's helped the Alpha group, having a really good group behind you that can go in and take 10, 15 snaps a game.
It helps a lot, and I think they've gotten a lot better with the more reps they've gotten, and then when we added Charles was a good addition. And then Arden's been on the rush team for a while now, so he's made a lot of big plays. But yeah, whenever you have a group that could go in and bring something even better than the Alpha group, like Kevin could do certain things that we the Alpha group can't do, and then Street could come in there and bring his little his abilities, and I mean each guy brings an elite ability with them onto the field, and when you have that, it's it's not a drop off. So it's really good to trust those guys and be able to put them in important situations because you need to rest your starters for sure.
Are you guys good? Last one, Branch?
And then just on Debo, I know wide receivers are often referred to as divas and whatnot. I'm sure you've played with tough wide receivers before. But it's his mentality. I mean, in some ways, does he have a defensive lineman mentality or just a football mentality? I guess is trying to ask is he unique among mentalities among wide receivers you played with?
Yeah. Usually receivers are prima donna guys who don't want much contact, but I think the whole receiver group here in general and Wes Welker as a coach and Kyle, they don't bring in guys who have that mentality. They bring in guys who want to block and want to earn their right to go catch balls and obviously Debo is just a savage football player. Nothing more to it. He's a beast.
All right, thank you, Nick.
Thanks.
I love Bosa. I don't care what anybody says about his speech and everything, how he talks in pressers, but I love that kid. I do. He may be boring to some people who watch him on a presser, but I love listening to that kid talk. I do. I just do. That's all. So, that kid's a beast. He is. He's so mellow, so calm, and during pressures, but when it comes to on-field presence, that kid is a beast. He is. I love that. I love watching him play because every time he gets off that line and starts going into that quarterback, the quarterback is lucky to get away from him. They're lucky. That's all I have to say about it. So, he's a great kid. Really is. I have a few more for you guys, and I'm going to set everything up real quick here. That way we're all good to go. And just give me a second. Right there. Let me just out. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I gotta set it up. All right, I'm right there with you. So hold on. You guys see that? All right, I see it too. All right, here we go. Rolling on.
All right, guys. Injuries. We got Jeff Wilson, limited. No, sorry, questionable. Trent Williams did not practice. He's questionable. Go ahead.
Kyle, it seems kind of unique that you guys are leaving on a Friday for such a short trip. What's the thinking behind that? And I mean, do you guys kind of feel like this whole traveling routine is coming second nature to you at this point?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to change up what we normally do. It just feels like we normally leave on Fridays because it seems like we've had so many road trips recently. But But a number of players hit me up Sunday, right after the Rams won. They hit me up Sunday and asked if we could go on Friday, and I was pumped they asked because I like going on Fridays more now, just so you get more time to focus and get right to the game, and so that's what we're doing. We're going to still try to land there like we would, like we're going to the East Coast, which is usually around like 10:30, 11. So right when we go there, we go to bed. So we just finished up here. We'll probably go home, spend a few hours with our families, and come back here and get on the bus around 8.
Kyle, we saw Trent Williams walking off the field in the jersey and shorts, and he didn't have a boot on, so I take that as an encouraging sign. I mean, is there a genuine sense of optimism that he's going to be able to play, or is this going to come down to like it was 3 weeks ago where it could change right before kickoff?
I mean, it's going to be like it was 3 weeks ago. I feel the same way as I did at the beginning of the week. I mean, he came out for walkthrough today, and Trent's adamant that he's going. He was last time too, which, I mean, I believe Trent when he says that he's going to do everything he can to play, and so I'll be surprised if he doesn't. But I was surprised last time, so it's. I was also surprised he was able to finish the game versus Green Bay. So hopefully his mindset will be how his body reacts on Sunday, and we know it'll help us a lot. But if not, we'll deal with it.
Kyle, with Mohamed Sanu being back, how does he look? Is there a chance for him to be involved Sunday?
There is a chance. You know, I'd love to get Mo up. That's why we activated him to have a chance to this week or hopefully next week. But it all kind of plays off of our situations on special teams and which direction we want to go. So still kind of working through that, but we'll see on Sunday.
Kyle, you've worked a lot of years with Bobby Turner. What is it about him that allows him to always seem to get the best out of whoever's in that running back room?
Because he leaves no stone unturned. I mean, that guy coaches running backs as hard as you could possibly do it. And some guys can't handle it. They might think he overcoaches it. Not overcoaches it, but is on them so much because he demands every little detail that sometimes it can wear on the running back. Sometimes they want to be like, hey, man, just let me relax for a little bit. But Bobby's not going to. He's going to prepare them for every moment, and it takes some time to get used to, but that's why they all love him so much, because they get in these type of situations. And we have a rookie who's been helping us out throughout the year, and I personally think he feels prepared for everything because Bobby's been doing it since OTA 1. I mean, he's the only coach who probably has 200 and something questions for his tests, where most people have like 20. He's going to leave nothing unturned, and that's our threat to Debo, that if he does anything wrong, we're going to make him have to do Bobby Turner's test because he's a running back also. So, but there's so much respect for Bobby between the coaches and players around here because you know that his intent is just to make the best for his guys.
Kyle, earlier in the week, you said you wouldn't know until the end of the week whether Trent Williams' ankle injury was a low ankle injury or a high ankle sprain. Did you get a verdict on that?
Yeah, I did.
Would
No.
you share it with us? And if okay.
Good question, though, but no.
Kyle, you talk so much about being physical, and this team is founded on a physical running game. It's not a quantifiable thing. So I guess how do you wait and just determine whether you're being physical enough, I guess is my question.
That's just how you do things. I mean, you don't try to turn it up or turn it down. It's how you play football. I don't think you should pick and choose when to be physical in football. You get more than 5 fouls, or 6, I guess, in the NBA. But you want guys to play the game right, and I think it starts with practice in that way, which is a very fine line. You can't do that all the time and keep guys healthy. That's why it's a tough sport to practice. It's a tough sport to do year-round, but that is what the sport is. It's a physicality. It's about running. It's about hitting. It's about blocking. It's about tackling, and you got to train guys to do that, and then you just cut them loose in the game.
Kyle, yesterday, Jordan Willis spoke to us about why he didn't talk to us after the game on Saturday. Just his selfishness and his humble attitude. Can you share what you know about him kind of personally, and then just speak to the selflessness of all the players on your roster?
I mean, yeah, Jordan's unique in that way. I mean, Jordan's one of probably the shyer guys I've been around. It's taken us some time to get to know him because he doesn't talk much. He lays real low. But when he does talk, or if you hear him talk, he's a very thoughtful person who's a pretty deep guy. I know he sends Bosa a number of motivational things that I know Bosa's into. When he made that play for our team, I mean, just how he was after the game, how he was to you, that's how he is to us all the time. And it's rare to see someone that humble. But he's a special dude that our team has really embraced. It's taken us some time to get to know him coming in the middle of last year. But he's definitely one of us, and the guys love him here. And I feel that's how our whole team is. Guys care about each other a lot. And obviously, everyone wants their own individual success. That's always important for you and your family. But I think everyone on our team knows that in this sport, you can't reach your own individual goals without the people around you. Everybody needs someone else in this sport. And I think it helps a lot when you respect each other. And I think for the most part, we all like each other too.
Last one, Branch.
Hey, Kyle, you had shared earlier that you were pretty surprised about Ambry Thomas's late season development. Could you say, I mean, in general, the same thing just about your cornerback core? After losing Verrett in week 1, I mean, it looked kind of bleak because it seemed like the depth there was not wonderful.
No, yeah, we knew going into this year. I mean, that and running back. We had some guys who had played at a high level and that we were dependent on, but also some guys that had gotten hurt before, and we knew we didn't have much depth behind them. And to start the season out where both of those issues where we were a little thin at, we're losing Jeff Wilson in the locker room and OTAs, and losing Verrett in week 1, and losing Mosley very fast. We got down there, but that's why we knew we had to get some draft picks, and you don't know when those guys are going to be ready, especially some later round guys. Demo had to help us out a lot at the beginning. We got Elijah right away. Trey Sermon had to come in for a few games and help us, and just really all those guys being able to weather the storm. And we had to bring in some vets right away with Josh Norman, who was huge for us, Drake Kirkpatrick, who helped us in a number of games. But all those guys were crucial. I talk about Josh Norman, and I mean, for him to do what he did to get us this far and to still allow us the time to be patient with Ambry and stuff until it was his turn to go, that was huge. And we wouldn't be here without all those guys. So it's been a grind, but that's also why I feel our guys have all gotten better too, because they had to. And I'm just very thankful of some of the guys that allowed us to buy that time and get us to the position we're at.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Terry, now, I don't care what anybody says. That's my coach. Because he's so directed in what he says. He's so directed. And for having him to come out and just tell us that, he is ready and willing to do anything he can to help this team get back to the Super Bowl, says a lot of stuff about him, and you can't take that away from Kyle at all. You can't. So basically, I see one person watching, and he's from whoever it is from Twitch. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I'm not done yet, just so you know. I got 2 more people that are doing 2 more pressers, and we are going to sign out for tonight. Okay? So, I'm going to do my thing, so hold on 1 second. Here we go. I know a lot of people don't like to listen to Jimmy G talk because they don't like him. He's a good quarterback. He really is. I mean, I know a lot of people hate him because he's statue Jimmy, but he does come through in critical situations that he makes himself into, and he helps his team win. He does. I don't care what people say about him. They hate him. That's your opinion. That's what you want to do. That's up to you. Nobody's gonna force you to say not to say what you want to say. So basically, Jimmy G is a good quarterback when it comes to certain situations, but when he's a statue inside that pocket. People hate him for it. And believe me, it frustrates the hell out of you, and it frustrates the hell out of me. I get it. So, but he's our quarterback, guys, right now. Sorry to say, he's our quarterback right now. And we're going to see what happens this weekend and see what happens going forward. All right? So, I'm going to reach out and have fun watching this one, all right? Here we go.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Doing good.
So, were you one of the guys who hit up Kyle about traveling on Friday? And what is what's your routine on road trips now?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a group of us who we were all interested in it. Just it's kind of been our routine on most away trips this season. So I think it just gets guys locked in. I got a pretty good routine as far as studying and things like that. And just when we leave on Friday, it allows you to stay more locked into the game plan and eliminates distractions.
Jimmy, Kyle said yesterday that you guys win as a team, which is why you don't necessarily have some of the numbers that some of the MVP candidates have. And that's something that in the time we've covered you doesn't seem to bother you. Is that something that was ingrained as you as a kid, or at what point did it become not about you and always about the team?
It's I don't know. I think it's just about winning, honestly. I mean, that's why you play the game. You don't play for, I mean, statistics and individual things are, it's all cool and everything, but I mean, you play to win the game, and you play to go out there and win championships. And I mean, maybe our numbers don't show the MVP stuff, but I think we got a couple players on our team who, Debo, Trent Williams, those guys could be in that conversation very easily if the award was looked at a little differently.
Hey, Jimmy, when you were watching a film of the Rams against the Bucks, what struck you about watching your old teammate Tom Brady operate against them, and any contact with him this week?
No. Just it was. I give him a lot of credit for just the situation he was in, just with being down a couple guys. It was a tough situation, but he battled back there at the end, gave him a chance to have a shot at the end there. I mean, that's all you could hope for. But it was a grinder of a game. It definitely was, and it showed.
Hey, Jimmy, just being around Trent this week as he's dealing with that, I'm not expecting you to give away his playing status or whatever, even if you know that, but just what was he like this week? What is his mentality kind of dealing with the injury and trying to make sure that he's available for you guys on Sunday?
Well, I mean, he's doing everything he can, honestly. I've seen him in here just putting in the hours in the training room, studying all that stuff, and hopefully we'll get him out there, but we'll see. Those high ankles are never a fun thing. I know that from experience, but he, I mean, all the guys, everyone's dealing with stuff right now. It's just that time of year, and it's a good group to have with me in that huddle.
Jimmy, is it easier or harder playing a team for the third time? Just knowing exactly what you're getting. Do you see that as a positive thing?
I mean, this will be my first time. I've never actually done it, so it'll be a little different. But yeah, I mean, these guys know us, we know them. There's really no secrets or anything like that. So just about going out there, beating your man, and executing. I mean, other than that, it's just football.
Hey, Jimmy, I realize the NFL injury report doesn't exactly list every single injury maybe a player has. You are no longer on the injury report with your shoulder. How does your shoulder feel compared to last week?
Feels great. Yeah, arms ready to roll.
Hey, Jimmy, when you're watching film, yeah, Eric, when you're watching film of the Rams and what they do you take more into account of what has worked better against them or what has failed against them?
That's a good question. I think there's a fine line. The things that you did well in the past, you assume that a team that you're going against will fix those things and be ready for the next time you face them. But at the same time, yeah, like you're saying, there's some things that you don't even want to try again because they didn't work, or maybe it was bad timing of the call, whatever it is. There's a bunch of variables, but yeah, it's I know I kind of just answered both ways there, but yeah, you definitely have to take both into account, I guess.
Do a couple more, please.
Hey, Jimmy, earlier in the week, I think Robbie and George and even Coach touched on it a little bit. How about that feeling of walking off the field in Miami after the Kansas City game? How that's kind of motivated them. Have you used any of that, or do you use motivation from that Super Bowl loss?
Yeah, I mean, since it's happened, it's been a motivator for me. Honestly, just I mean, that it's a feeling that can't describe. It's unlike any other loss I've ever had, and it's just obviously since that moment, it's motivated me, and it always will going forward. But those are the lessons. I mean, sports are never going to be perfect, and if you could take those lessons and be better from it, you'll be better off in the long run.
Jimmy, I understand you have a torn ligament in your thumb and it needs surgery, but has it improved at all since you heard it, or is it the same?
Yeah, it feels great. I think we'll approach that after the season a little more, but yeah, it's holding up for right now, but it'll be all right.
All right, thank you, Jimmy.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would get upset with him a lot because of how he is in pocket, but he's a great quarterback, though. He is. I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that. I understand that completely. I do get frustrated with him when he's stuck in the pocket and doesn't do anything. I understand that completely, too. And he overthrows people, so I understand that completely. But he does come in clutch at certain situations. So basically, that's where I'm at with that. And he's a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. He's not elite. I know that for a fact. He's not elite. So okay, all right, here we go. And I noticed there was 3 people watching. Now there's 2. So thank you for watching. And I got one more to get through. And I think it's for Debo. So all right, here we go.
All right, we have Debo for you.
Kyle, if it's water in here.
Hey, Debo, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, what do you think about? Kyle said that a number of players hit him up after the game, after the Tampa Rams game, and asked to travel to LA on Friday. Do you find yourself getting into a good routine with all these road games of, traveling on Friday, and do you have a routine there once you get to town?
Of course. As a pro, you should have a routine, but I didn't know we was traveling on Friday until I go talk to Cal like every Monday and Tuesday, so that's when I found out. And it's kind of thing that we used to. So I mean, people get into a routine when they know we're gonna be on the road. We didn't know who we was playing, but just getting in a routine and just keeping it up.
Debo, you and a number of your teammates have taken to social media to support Jimmy Garoppolo this week. What was the motivation behind that?
I don't think it was no motivation. I just think if you click social media, you see people talking about what I'm saying, Jimmy this, Jimmy that. I mean, numbers don't lie. That's what people say. So I just say check the win percentages.
Yeah, Dave, I think earlier this season you told us that you don't spend a lot of other time analyzing other wideouts in the league like some other guys do. Would that include Cooper Kupp? And why is it you don't watch other wide receivers?
There's not another receiver in this league that play like me and do the things that I do. So that I don't see the need to watch anybody that don't do the things that I do.
Hey, Debo, it sure seems like you're enjoying your role this season, and obviously it's giving you more notoriety and has helped the team win. But obviously, you're taking a lot of physical punishment. You've talked about that. Do you view in any way, assuming this role and doing all the things you do is some type of sacrifice that you're doing for the team?
I wouldn't say it's a sacrifice. I mean, being a pro is part of coming in and doing what the coaches ask you to do. But I wouldn't say I'm taking the punishment. I think I'm out there delivering the blows. But I mean, you do take it's a physical state that when you're in the backfield and playing wide out, but it's not too much of a difference.
Hey, Debo, obviously you and Trent are close. What has he been like this week? What's his kind of mentality as he deals with the ankle issue?
Trent is a monster. You done seen that all year long, and I'm not gonna go too much into detail what the plan is, but once we get there, you'll just see.
Debo, Coach Hightower told us that you spent time with him at the Senior Bowl, driving early to practice with the specialists. Do you remember that time, and what were your conversations like with him?
Kind of what he said. What I'm saying, he asked me to catch punts, and I haven't caught him comfortably in a while, but once you're trying to get drafted, you're willing to do anything possible to, what I'm saying, make a good first impression. But I built a relationship from him there, and it just continued to grow now. Just like, what I'm saying, like the past game, we've been struggling returning a little bit. So I went to HT and Kyle. I was like, hey, man, if y'all need me to go back there and return, I'm all for it.
Last two.
Hey, Debo, I'm curious what it's like playing in SoFi Stadium in terms of it's a big new venue, and as a receiver, how does that impact like your sight visions of looking up into the rafters, looking for the ball?
What is he asking me?
You want to run that back in?
Yeah, I can run it back. Just what is that stadium like compared to in terms of being able to track the ball in a bigger stadium like that? Obviously, it's different than snow and Lambeau falling on you, but what's it like in there?
I think it's pretty normal. Any inside dorm, dome kind of, what I'm saying, have their blurs of lights, but as a receiver, you done been through it all, so it's kind of normal to you.
Debo, Walter Payton believed in hitting force with force, and he believes that it broke up the impact, which seems a little weird maybe that you don't want to run as hard as you can into a guy coming as hard as you can at you. But is that, I don't know if you think of it in those terms, but I don't know, is that somewhat of your mentality that you attack force with your own force?
I mean, if you watching the games that, what I'm saying, we playing, whether it's me or Elijah, not too many guys want to run at you full speed and put everything on the line to come out there and tackle one of us. And that goes from me to George to Jawan to Brandon Ayuk. It's just the physical mindset that this team have that one person's not going to bring us down, and just, what I'm saying, if it come down to that point, just punish the guy in front of you.
Thank you, Debo. Thank you.
That kid is special. He is, like I've been saying, all the other ones, they're all special. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Debo is a special kid, special player. So, he plays all phases of the game. He plays running back, wide receiver, and of course now a punt returner or a kickoff returner. I think that was so special about Kyle and Hightower to do that for him. To put him in there because he said, "Put me in there. Go right ahead. I don't mind." So I appreciate that. Trying to figure out a good word, but can't say it right. Commensurate of the game and what his style is. His style is amazing. It really is. We don't know what we do without Debo, and especially all the other guys who run for this team. Elijah Mitchell. So, I mean, it's a great thing to watch, and it's just a great thing to watch, and plus, this game, these players are fighting for the right to go to the Super Bowl. The second time in 3 years. And right now, I'm going to talk about my final thoughts before I head out of here. My final thoughts are this. We love this team. We love this history. We love this organization. Okay, it all comes down to tomorrow. All right, and we have to play our game. Okay, we have to play our game, and play right, and win at all cost. That's what we get paid for. To run, to play hard. Okay. And I didn't get my score prediction on Shane Club NFL, Nick, your show, bud. I didn't give it to you, but I'm gonna give it to you now because I know we had no chance because we had a lot of people on there this morning, or yeah, I should say this morning. Yep. My score prediction is the same as always. Like I said before, all through the whole season. If we have two touchdown lead against them by the fourth quarter, and there's 5 minutes left, and we have the ball, we control the clock, and the clock becomes the Lamb's enemy. Okay, just so you know that. Okay, so my score prediction will be 28-14. Okay, we'll leave around that. I'll be happy with that, and I'll be happy with your touchdown lead, or maybe hopefully a 10-point lead. I'll be happy with that. So, so that's my score prediction. I'm sticking with it, and basically, we just gotta win tomorrow. Okay, we gotta win tomorrow. It's very important. I bet you that plays, and I know I showed a graphic earlier today, or earlier in the show with me and Jizzle. We have about almost 70% of that play, of that SoFi Stadium, flooded with red. And I'm so proud and I'm so happy for the faithful to come out there and give it their all and show this team that we're here for them. We're here to root for them, you know, scream for them in every phase of the way of the game. Okay? So, that's basically where I'm at, and I'm not going to do a question because that's Mark's. So, and I want to give thanks for Jizzle for coming on here with me. Thanks for my brother. Thank you very much, man. I know he's not a big presser guy, but it's all good. That's why I finished them off by myself. It's all good. So, I appreciate you, bud, brother, for coming in here and doing your thing, man. And a special shout out to the other ones, other brothers. That's Lawrence, Mark, and Troy. Shout out to you, brothers. I miss you guys. Hopefully, we will have a victory shot together. Hopefully tomorrow night, if not Monday. Alright? We can do this, guys. We can do this. Alright? We get together, you know, and like Jizzle, it was his idea. 7 up or 6 down. Alright? 7 games in a row. And it'll be 6 down, either one. Either way. So, and of course, I'm hoping I can change this to 1 out of 6 by tomorrow night. It'd be a wonderful thing. It would be. So, and let me do one more thing. You must keep the faith and never lose hope, please. That's my slogan, and I've been doing that ever since I started this thing. Never quit it. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and turn on notifications, please. So whenever we go off, you'll see that coming on, and it'll pop on for you, and you'll know when we go live. Alright? So basically, that's what I got for you. And let me see here. I forgot another thing to tell you. Oh, sorry, went the wrong way. So please follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We will be live on all major platforms next time we go on. Alright? That's us. Alright? And this, where are you? Oh yeah, I know I went the wrong way, of course. I went the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Sorry, my bad. I gotta find it. Got so many in here. Okay, here we go. I want to thank you all for watching the Always Faithful 24/7 podcast. This is your boy Ryan, and of course I'm representing my brothers, from the Always Faithful 24/7 crew. That is Lawrence, Mark, Jizzle, and Troy. You can follow all of them on all Twitter accounts. All right, you follow them on Twitter accounts, you'll find them. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this right. You can follow Lawrence at BamBamLJ29, if I'm not mistaken. LJ29. All right, and you can follow Mark at Mark_Faithful87. And you can follow Jizzle at KJizzle4081. Alright, that's where you can follow him at. And of course you can follow our boy Troy at Troy Pock. Alright. I remember all your things. I had to pop them up. You see that? That's how much loyal I'm to you, brothers. I love you guys. You know I love yous. Alright. So this has been Always Faithful 24/7, and we are heading out now.